influencing pop culture, politics, and everything in between, taking you ringside as we discuss the crazy world that is professional wrestling. This is Going Ringside.
Hello there. Thank you for joining us on Going Ringside. It's a good one. I'm your host, Scott Johnson, and so glad you could join us because we have to talk about the new big Netflix series, WWE Unreal, and one of WWE's biggest stars, Lyra Valkyria, is joining us here in just a moment. This new show on Netflix is a big, let's just say, project for WWE that's getting a lot of debate. People can't believe they're doing it. WWE is pulling back the curtain on what goes behind the scenes, what goes on to make WWE the magical spectacle that it is, a global phenomenon. And so we want to talk about it. Netflix reached out and said, hey, would you like to talk to Lyra Valkyria, one of the top stars in WWE? I'm like, of course we would. We want to know all about this tremendous show that Netflix has going on. I've heard from people like, what is this? I've heard from people I can't wait to watch. I've always wanted to know what it's like behind the scenes. And a little later on in the show, a big wrestling mark, she'll tell you with the Shoots and Ladders podcast, Desiree Joseph will join us to talk a little about Lyra Valkyria and, of course, the big show coming up on Netflix. So let's kick off the show right now. Here is WWE superstar. This is Lyra Valkyria. Well, we're here and excited to be joined by Lyra Valkyria. Lyra, thank you for joining us on the show today.
No, of course. Hi, Scott. How's it going?
Good. So glad you could be with us. WWE Unscripted on Netflix. A lot of viewers that we have may not have seen it before. This is unlike anything pro wrestling has ever done before.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy, really, now that we're pulling back the curtain. And I completely understand there's such a demand for everyone wants to know how we put all this stuff together. Who are we behind the scenes? Yeah, the world got a very good insight into who I am.
They did. I mean, what do you think of this? Was there debate in the wrestling world for going into doing something like this? We've never seen it to this level before.
Yeah, I don't even know how I feel about it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, it's strange. Like, we're so in control of how we want to come across in everything else we do. So it's strange. Like, I'm so used to, like, the whole reason I am Lyra is because of I'm someone on the show, and that's who I choose to show the world. So to have had, a camera, right after a very huge moment that didn't necessarily go my way. So to be speaking as Aoife is really weird.
I'm sure. I mean, the first thing in the commercial is Paul Heyman saying, I don't like this idea. I mean, that pretty much tells the viewers right there, not everyone's on board.
No, like I don't know if I'm on board. We did that SummerSlam interview like months ago now, and I've been like, oh God, I don't know how that's gonna come across when this all airs. Because I don't know, I like to feel in control of what I put out there. It's all thought of. It's all like it's everything to us is like what we do on TV. So to have all these cameras in the back now, it's really raw, and you get an insight into so much that goes on behind the scenes that, like, we might not necessarily want you to see.
There's a fascinating quote from Becky Lynch in the commercial where she says, my son said my dad has a fake injury, and like living in that world is unique, is it not?
It is. It's so unique, but like you go through, like, even look at the lengths that Seth went to in his injury, like to protect it, and we want, like, the whole reason for what we do is to suspend disbelief and let you buy into what we're putting out there. So I completely understand people not wanting to pull back the curtain too much, but I guess it's just the era we're in, and this is where we are and what we do now, and like, there's such a demand for it, like the amount of people that have connected with me. But then the other side of it is our whole point is to make a connection with people, and people seem to have connected with me over season 2 of Unreal, so I guess that's a very good side of it as well.
Well, Lyra Valkyria, WWE superstar, Unreal, thank you so much for joining us and talking to us about the big show today.
No, of course, thank you.
Well, to talk about Lyra Valkyria and, of course, WWE Unreal on Netflix, we're going to bring in friend of the show, Desiree Joseph with the Chutes and Ladders podcast. Desiree, thank you for joining us. Let's start with Lyra.
Yeah.
She's been on the roster about 2 years almost since coming up the main roster from NXT. What are your thoughts on Lyra? Do you think she's going to have a big 2026?
I think so. She's very promising. She is already the first women's IC title holder, tag team with Becky, with a feud with Becky. Now she's with Bayley.
We also got to talk about Unreal. When I said it, the first thing she goes is, "Oh, I love that show." You do. You're a fan of Unreal.
Yeah, and it comes out very soon, and I'm anticipating it.
I need your opinion. So, Unreal, when it was brought up, was debated heavily. Is WWE going too far with being real or not? What's your opinion here? Because they are breaking down the curtain.
They are breaking kayfabe.
In every way, yeah.
And we are looking behind the curtain, and this is something that I know that is heavily protected for many years, but I love knowing the behind the scenes. I want to know their personalities. I want to know the production behind those matches.
This seems to me like the type of thing Jim Cornette would hate.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just, you're ruining the mystique of the business. It's been ruined in some regard for 30 years since Vince in, I want to say 97, did his famous statement that we're sports entertainment. And I'm not here to debate if it's wrestling or sports entertainment. But Triple H was doing those news conferences after PLEs. Saying, I think Cena, I want to say, did a press conference where he was saying why we did it the way we did it. Has that ruined it for you?
I enjoy those.
You do?
I do.
And you're the diehard who's online.
I am a super fan, watching since I was a baby.
Yeah.
I watch it all, and I appreciate it. I understand now. I get the physicality is real, but some of it is
So you don't think it'll ruin things?
No, I love it.
Who do you think watches Unreal? Do you think it's the diehards like you and me, or do you think the average fan would see it? Who's maybe, because a lot of people have seen WWE on Netflix being reintroduced to it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Do you think those casual fans would like it or not?
I think so, and I think it's going to bring a new audience too, to be like, what is this wrestling about? And then once they really see what really goes into it, they're going to become a fan.
And I don't know, are they putting them in the writers' rooms?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Like, that is the sacred area as it gets in pro wrestling.
I'm going to tell you, that is a dream job.
That is a dream job?
Yes, is to write and just be a part of creative, or at least just sit in that room and be a fly on the wall. But I did not expect them to go that far. They go into the writer's room of just breaking down every storyline and last-minute picks.
The fact that they gave me Lyra, were you kind of surprised by that to promote Unreal, or do you think she could possibly have a major role in
She could be in it. I'm curious to see how that plays out with her.
Well, Desiree Joseph, where do people find Chutes and Ladders?
On YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify.
Desiree, thank you for joining us again on the
you.
show. And thank you for joining us on this episode of Going Ringside. We'll see you back here next time.
This has been Going Ringside with The Local Station, brought to you every Wednesday on your favorite podcast player, on News4Jax Plus, as well as the News4Jax YouTube channel.